Hey guys, I am here with something very exciting. For those of you who follow me on twitch.tv/Zlapped, you have already seen this because I did a live unboxing. But today, we're going to showcase and unbox the MSI laptop I was sent by them. So first of all, this video was sponsored by MSI. Thank you very much, MSI Gaming Thailand, for sending this laptop over to me. I have not been paid for this video. I just got the laptop. I still need to, let you guys know, of course. This is basically only going to be an unboxing. I'm going to tell you about the specs. We're going to show you the laptop, and then I'm going to be using it. Actually, I kind of cheated already, and I've been using it for the last 10 days. But let's pretend that didn't happen. And we're going to do a full review about a month after. So in about 2 to 3 weeks from now, we're going to do like a full review of what I actually think about the laptop, if I like it, if I recommend it. So today's video is a simple unboxing, talking about the specs, showcasing you, what is in this actual box. So I'm very excited to take a look at this. And for those of you who are wondering, this is an MSI Creator 17. So MSI is coming out with a new, well, they came out already, with a model that is specifically meant for influencers like myself or like video editors, people that want to work. You could say it's like a Mac for PC gamers kind of thing. Like it's a great laptop to be a creator, make videos, edit photos, stuff like that, but also gaming. This is one of the higher end models, and I'm going to go into the specs. So I think, if I recall correctly, this is a little bit more than 3,000 USD. I'll put the exact price in the description below because, conversion from baht to USD, you never really know what's going on right there. But let's open this thing up. All right, so let's get this baby out of the box. As I mentioned, I did kind of cheat already, so it has been opened. Sorry about that. You can see one of the edges here missing. But again, I just needed to try it very quickly. In the box, of course, you have this really cool white little box with the dragon logo. Looks absolutely amazing. It's kind of reminds me of the old school boxes from 10 years ago when you bought laptops. People kind of forgot to add a cool box within the shipping package. So I like this. I think this is really cool. Got the charger here, of course, as well as a wireless mouse, if I remember. That's correct. So we got a wireless mouse here. Of course, if you're using it for travel or work, such as I am, this is going to be my travel/work laptop, so it's not going to be my gaming laptop, of course. But when I do travel around the world, this will be my choice. And then we have a backpack, which I actually have not opened yet. So here you go. As you can see here, we got a backpack right here, or kind of like a carry bag that you can use for when you're traveling. So we have a very good open space here. You also have, of course, this if you want to carry it over your shoulder or anything of the sorts. You got a couple of extra document boxes here. So like I said, it's a great way for you to actually travel. So it's kind of been adapted to make sure people like myself and other creators, when you're on the road, you can actually, just keep everything within the box itself. So I haven't used this yet because I wanted to, of course, save this for the actual unboxing video. So I'm going to start using this now. And the design is, of course, really cool. Material feels great. I'm not actually sure if this is waterproof, but I'll find out before we post this video, and I'll type that in the description. If it is, more amazing. If not, you got to be careful when you're traveling. But I'm pretty sure it's waterproof. Material feels like it. Let's see in the description later on. So let's put this away and dig into the actual laptop itself. I'm going to try to open this so you can take a look. Again, sorry, I cheated. You got the manuals here that I already opened before, of course, which includes warranty. If I recall correctly, right now MSI is offering a promotion. So if you register your laptop as soon as you buy it, you get 2 years warranty. But you already have a 1 year basic warranty when you actually buy the laptop. But so basically up to 2 years. So this laptop, 2 years, it's in your warranty card. So you register it and you get 2 years right away. So that's of course awesome in case something does happen to it or if you have a faulty one. And let's take this baby out. Here you go. You can take a look here at the Dragon logo. I love MSI's logo. I think it's one of the best ones in the market. But I am biased because, I love dragons. Here you go. Very shiny. Quite a big, as I mentioned. It's 17.3 inches. And it's basically a thin bezel display in 4K, but we're going to show that to you on the stream. All right, so let's open this baby up and we'll talk a little bit about the specs. As you can see here on the back, we got double fans that, and so far, at least from the last 10 days I've been using it, it has not been overheating. I have not played games on the laptop yet, so of course once I start playing games I'll be able to do that in the final review in about 2 to 3 weeks from now. We've got the double fans back here, and at least when I'm working I have not had a single issue. Looking at the laptop itself, like we said, it's a 17-inch and it's a true pixel mini LED display. And I'm going to go into details here that you guys know I don't 100% understand, but for all of you tech nerds out there, it is a brightness of 1000 nits. It has a 100% DCI P3 color range, and now that's something I've noticed already. So we're going to show you a little bit of the software later on, but there are several options of like customizing your display and, you know, making sure that you have the right color for yourself. There's like an office mode, and then there's the DCI P3 color range, and that's the one I've been using, and it looks incredible. Like when I open a 4K video and I actually watch it, it looks better than my TV, and it looks better than my home monitor, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, it also is a Delta E less than 2 standard most color accuracy. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but for you guys, you might know what it means. And then it also calibrates the color per unit from the factory, and Kalman standard verified. And ultimately, it has a display HDR of 1000. And all I can tell you without knowing everything about the tech is, of course, that it looks incredible. And I am looking forward to actually playing games on it as well. I'll probably not be playing in 4K. I'll probably downscale it a little bit. But I'm going to be, of course, experimenting and trying different types of settings with the games. But that's for the next review. So let's open it up and, you know, test it out. So it also has a fingerprint sensor right here that you can log in with. And of course, it has a face scan as well. So I'm using Windows Hello to log in, and we're going to do that in a second. But meanwhile, let's talk a little bit about the ports. You, of course, have the standard, you know, like audio and microphone right here. You have one USB on this side, as well as, you know, of course, the Internet cable port. I don't know the name of this, but I think it's an SD card port. I think it's either a mini or a regular. On this side, we got HDMI. We also have a USB-C if you want to charge your phone, or you want to use, like, you know, power bank, whatever you want to do with this one. And you have 2 more additional USBs and a secondary USB-C. So we have 2 USB-C ports on this side. But yeah, let's log in here. So yep, that took half a second. So now we're already logged in, as you can see right here. Again, we are going to dig into more details on the Creator Center. You can see my Discord login up here. I have, of course, already installed everything. And if you're doing a fresh install, I recommend a program called Ninite. That's what I use whenever I use a new computer, because you can download like everything in one go. Super cool website, not sponsored by the way, but ninite.com. I definitely recommend it. All right, guys, to continue on to the specs, you can see me in the webcam right here. This is, of course, full screen on a 4K, so that's why I'm a little bit blurry. But if we go back to another scene here and the OBS, you can see that the webcam is actually perfectly fine. It's simply that I'm recording at a full quality. So we're going to go more in depth. We talked about the display already. Now we're going to dig into more of what is actually within the PC. All right, so previously in the video, of course, we talked about the different kind of specs and that you can actually adapt this to be a gaming computer, a gaming laptop, or if you want to keep it like I do in terms of more of like business and editing. So right now we have a CPU Intel Core, of course. It's an i7 10th generation. We also have a 2070 Super with Max-Q design with 8 gigabytes of video ROM memory. And if you look at the list here in front of us, you can see that every single model actually has the adaptability to go towards 144 Hertz IPS level if that's what you want, or you can go for that Ultra HD Mini LED HDR 1000, which is the laptop I currently have. And then, of course, we're going to go into the Creator Center of the laptop, which is this one right here. Of course, I'm going to blur out my model name, but generally, if you go to the Creator one, you can take a look at your device. So this is the MSI Creator Center. Now, in this particular center, you can actually add any sort of MSI devices that you've had. You can also take a look at real-time, as well as like user priority in the mode. And you can add like your apps here on the right side. So if you are a creator and you're using Adobe products, for example, is why I mixed up the name, you can add them to the list right here and add some more apps that you can add into the Creator Center. And then you can also go into the user scenario, of course. You can change if you want high performance, you want balanced, or maybe you want like super quiet so that you don't have like a very, very like heavy fan like in a certain hour of the day. You can, of course, also go to the settings and change it like automatically. You can change your keys, etc. HDR mode. And then you can also take a look and monitor your laptop itself. So right now, of course, I'm recording a video with OBS here.
You can see that my GPU and my CPU is currently at 10% each. You can see the memory, you can see the clock, everything right in here in the center. And then you can choose your preferred mode of color. So I use the display P3 right now. I've been playing around with this a little bit, but personally, I think the display P3 is perfect for me. I think the sRGB is a little bit too bright and shows a little bit too much. The anti-blue I like in the evenings, but generally my basic mode is the display P3. And you can play around with this, you can customize your own basically in whatever way that you want to. So yeah, the processor of choice right now is the i7-10875H at 230 gigahertz, and you can of course overclock that if that's something that you want to do. And then you have support, you have your full system info here, your BIOS version, your serial number and everything, which will of course be blurred out. And then, which is really cool, something that not every software has, because of course there's a lot of brands out there that have their own software, you actually have a live update where you can see all of the latest updates for software, for your graphic card, kind of like a Windows update, but much easier. You can actually see it all in a really, really long list right here. You can see what version I'm using, the size of it, of course, and you can download and install everything through the actual Creator Center. And it's a lot smoother than Windows Update, and it actually caught a couple of the things that Windows Update didn't, for me at least. And then, of course, you have the Microsoft apps as well, drivers as well. If you don't have it, NVIDIA Control Panel, Realtek, Nahimic 3, etc. And ultimately, you can basically optimize your laptop. You can see that I'm currently at 10% battery, and I always use the best for battery mode. What that means is that it only starts charging the battery when you're below 50 or 60%, so you can make sure that your battery lasts a very, very long time. And then, of course, there is a battery calibration that MSI recommends you do every single 3 months. And ultimately, if you want to back up your computer, you can do so through a USB or an ISO file, and then you can burn it out. So overall, that is the specs of my computer. We also have, of course, again, 32 gigabytes of ROM. It's 2,666 megahertz, and we have a 2 terabyte SSD, which you can see right here on my computer. So the model that I have is pretty heavily stacked for doing business work, for doing editing, etc. And I currently am using the Creator 17 A10 SFS model. So this one right here is the one that I have currently. And of course, I am in Thailand right now where I have it. And you can even add extra. You can upgrade the memory to a 3200 DDR-IV. You can upgrade to 64 gigabytes of ROM, etc. So there are many ways for you to keep actually improving the laptop and adapt it to the way that you want to. The keyboard has a backlit, of course, a single color white. They do not have RGB on this particular model. So I hope you guys thought this was interesting, checking this out. Like me, for example, I'm very excited to try all the different games. Of course, I've been using my Microsoft Surface Book for a very long time as my work laptop. As my editing laptop, I'm using an Alienware, which I've had for the last, 6 years or something like that. So I couldn't be more excited to actually have a new work and travel / gaming laptop. And from all the specs that you just heard, it is a complete beast, but of course we have to try it, put it to the test so you guys can actually see that it is, fully worth it to go into this kind of model. Now, I do believe it is, and from the limited time I've had with it, I absolutely love it, but wait for my full review. So ultimately, of course, as a final thing, you can see the design is very slim. It's ultra light, so it's actually very easy to take with you. I believe it's only 2.5 kilos, so it's not like super heavy like the Alienware laptops. My Alienware that I have is 9 kilos, if I remember correctly, including the charger, which is crazy. This one is a little bit more portable. So with the bag that I got with, I can actually use it normally. And as a final thing, just on the material itself, for the material nerds out there, this is actually like military durability. So they're using a material called MIL STD 810G, which is supposed to be super durable, so you won't get like any big scratches, and if you drop your keys on it, it's not going to ruin it, etc. And also, if you do drop it on the ground, which don't do that, most of your laptop should be okay, except of course the screen, if you actually drop it with the screen first. But the material they've been using, very high quality. So yeah, thank you MSI Gaming again, MSI Gaming Thailand. I really appreciate you guys sending this laptop to me. I'm really looking forward to testing, a bunch of games on it, as well as running some performance tests, etc. So in the next video, guys, you'll get the full review and whether or not I recommend it, whether I think you should buy it. And of course, on MSI's website, or in the MSI Creator section, you can find the link in the description, you can also customize the laptop. So I mentioned that I have the 4K screen, which is included in this. This is of course more for influencers and editors and creators,
but there are gaming versions of it as well. So there is a 144 hertz screen with like 1080p that you can actually take if you want to go more on the gaming route and you don't care too much about having like the highest quality colors or the highest quality screen. So you can basically adapt it. So on the website you can see different models, you can take your own pick, but you know, you can either do that now or you can wait for my review, completely up to you. But so far I love it. Let's see what happens in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Thank you MSI again, and thank you everyone for watching. Let's, play around with this. See you next time.